Hello and welcome back to Neuropa City Zoo. It's been a minute. I hope you all have had a good start to your new year, or as good as it can be. I know this time of year can be a little bit down for a lot of people, especially in areas where the weather's not so great this time of year, and this year is definitely going to take a little bit more of a toll on that, but overall I hope you are getting through it well. To kick off this episode, we're just doing a really quick little tour here of the zoo at nighttime so I can show off the bit of lighting that I put in. I spent a little bit of time editing the zoo over my break, and that included adding in a whole bunch of lighting. I think it looks so much better now. I'm going to definitely make an effort going forward to add lighting in with each new habitat and area that we build rather than doing it all at once. But I think it looks way better with the lighting, such as subtle, and I know we're not going to be in nighttime too often, but when it is, I think it's going to look so much better now. And you also probably saw at the beginning there's not so much difference in the back here, but at the beginning of the video, in that entrance area, I actually took a tip from Jasmine in the comment section that I thought was a really good idea, and I moved the peafowl out of that rooftop habitat and into half of Flamingo Falls, that we were having so many issues with that habitat, and I think it was just way too small for the peafowl. So I think they're doing way better in that larger habitat now. And I got some Galapagos giant tortoise and an Aldabra giant tortoise to put up into that rooftop habitat. So I think they're gonna fit much better up there. In the episode today, I don't think we're going to get to building any of the new habitats, but we will go over some of our plans for the new habitats coming up and what we can maybe do with the new aquatic animals. They obviously were not in my original plans when I planned out this zoo, but I am really excited to incorporate them, so that is going to be our next project. But for this episode, we'll go over some plans and just kind of give a little bit of an update, a refresher on where all of our animals are at, make sure that what we have so far is working well before we dive into too many new things. So yeah, there's a little bit of excitement to look forward to in this episode, and I hope you enjoy it, but let's just dive right into it. All right, and here we are. So currently our zoo is doing pretty good, I would say. Our guests are actually getting a bit happier, I think, than they were previously. We've got, all of our bars are pretty good other than education, which I think will go up over time. And I know we have those new educators, why can't I think of the name right now, but the educator staff, which I have not played with at all yet. So maybe we'll look into that today as well and see, an educator. We'll need to take a look around maybe at our habitats a little bit and see where it would make the most sense to place them for like a standpoint and stuff, because I obviously didn't create any of these habitats with that in mind. So I think there's definitely some room here for the flamingos. Definitely could put some with the tortoise. It would be right inside the habitat. I don't know, it would be really cool if we could do some big cat stuff, but I'm just not sure. This catwalk area is so tight. I don't know where I would put them that it wouldn't just like totally overcrowd. So maybe I'll give that a little bit of thought and maybe expand out somewhere here or something, like make it so that they can stand in a platform right here or something like that. Maybe we'll see. But yeah, I think we've got a couple of problems to solve first, and that is this habitat. So these trees I think are new as well. I just put them in recently, and I don't know if these trees are new. Like, they must have come with the aquatic pack, because I'm almost positive I could not put trees in this habitat before, because it just wasn't, there was no trees for the grassland biome. But I put in some trees, and I was hoping that it would help their stress levels a little bit, just to block the guests and make it so that they can only really view them from a few angles. But it looks like their stress levels are still not doing great. I don't know. I'll try maybe adding a few more trees in here, because I think the environment, the coverage is still low. I think the bisons are the picky ones, right? Let's take a look at the antelope. Oh, no, they're both the same. Yeah. Oh no, sorry, that's also a bison. It's not like an antelope. The antelope, I think, don't care as much. Let's double check that. Yeah, the antelope don't care about their tree coverage, so Maybe I'll try adding a couple more trees just to give them some more coverage. But if you have any tips for me to help reduce their stress, let me know below. We have the security going, and I think it covers everything. Let's double check that. I know that's supposed to help quite a bit, but yeah, it covers all of the guest area. So I'm not really sure why. Yeah, I don't know why they're still stressing them out so much. Maybe it's just, I don't know, maybe it's just the animal, but I would like to fix that if possible. Okay, let's just pause that and fix this quick. Dangerous fighting from the antelope. Let's take a look. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so 2 of our male babies, it looks like, grew up. So let's just send them to the trade center for now, and we can figure out which ones we want to keep and which ones we want to sell later. All right, and of course, our turtles are stressed. Why wouldn't they be stressed? Oh, I thought they were doing so well. Maybe, do we have the security? I wonder if maybe it's just adding the security thing will help here, or maybe they need... They also don't really have any shelter, do they? I wonder if that would help. I know they don't need hard shelter. Yeah, terrain, hard shelter, I guess they have enough because this whole area is kind of sheltered, but might help for them to have a little something to hide in. All right, there we go. So I added in a couple of these security signs, as well as this, just kind of a, I don't know, just a little makeshift shelter there. I moved their bedding in there, so hopefully that helps a little bit so they can have a little bit of private space. What animal? Oh, just one of our, oh yeah, he's one of our oldest flamingos. That's impressive, 71 years. We're only on year 59, yeah, so he might have been one of our very first flamingos that we ever got. That's pretty cool. Sad to see him go, but he's got a very long lineage coming up after him, so I don't think he's definitely going to be remembered. I think he's definitely going to be remembered. All right, so you know what? While we're here, why don't we look at getting? Oh, I love this guy's hair. Oh, that's so. Is that a new hair? That's okay. Sorry, getting very distracted. These guys both have this very cool rainbow hair. I love that. Anyway, let's look at getting an educator for this area. They can feed the flamingos here. This is where they usually eat anyway. Let's see how that works. So I believe I'm gonna find it. Yeah, here it is. It's in education, is an animal talk point. So let's just stick it, let's just put it right here. I don't see, I mean, maybe it'll get a little bit crowded, but I don't know. We can try it out for now, see how it goes. We'll put that up there. No species assigned. Okay, we'll assign the flamingo. Talk March. So right now it's May. Let's do June, just so that we can get it going. Or maybe, yeah, let's try June, just so we can see it right away. And let's get an educator. We'll put him right there so that he's ready to go. And do we have to assign him here? Not assigned to a work zone, that's fine. Can throw food, that's cool. Okay, let's fix our jaguar overcrowding and then come back and see the animal talk. All right, let's look at this. We are almost there. Everybody's starting to crowd around the educator. I think that's super cool. Let's watch and see how this goes. He is only a trainee, so maybe he'll get better with time too, but let's see how everybody likes this talk. Oh, there he goes, throws it in. Are they actually gonna come for it? Maybe the flamingos aren't super food motivated. Oh, there he comes. Oh no, okay, he runs right past the food. Never mind. Oh no, okay. Well, maybe that's better used on the aquatic animals. Oh. Well, it looks like people maybe liked it at least. I think our education rating went up a little bit. I'm not sure exactly. But either way, that was kind of cute. Maybe I'll add a bunch of these for all of our habitats and organize them so he has enough time to walk around to where he needs to and can give the talks every month, and we're not paying him to stand around and do nothing for most of the year. Alright, so we have seen our bison, we have seen our antelope, we have seen our flamingos. Let's just take a quick gander at how everybody else is doing. So, our peafowl, let's see. Let's take a look at everybody that we have in this habitat. All of our animals. Yeah, so we've got lots of peafowl in here currently, and none of our peafowl are breeding because these were our breeders, the ones with the stars beside them, and they have all gotten too old, I think, to breed. So maybe I will take another look through our stored peafowl, or maybe I should just, I don't know, I'm not sure if I should just let these guys, like, wait until all of these guys have, although we have a huge habitat space now, so I think we can bring in some of our others. Let's take a look at who we have in the trade center and maybe grab a good breeding pair from there. Okay, so we did keep 2 peafowl. Looks like 2 gold level peafowl, who, I mean, maybe I'll take a look at their, let's see, so this is Megana and Ryan, so let's compare her with Ryan. Yeah, they're inbreeding, so that's not going to work. Why did I keep the 2 of them? Oh, maybe I didn't think this through too well. Okay, so let's see here. I think one of them just grew up too, so, or is about to age up. He's now an adult. Let's take a look at his genetics. So if he bred with Megana, would it be inbreeding? Yes, of course it's inbreeding. Oh, okay. Sure, inbreeding. What about Zara? Let's see. Who are you related to? Zara and Ryan? Inbreeding. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I think maybe what we'll do for now is we'll just let all of our older peafowl age out a little bit and add in just one new peafowl to go with one of our new, oh right, I got this notification a couple times too. Let's deal with this as well. So right now we are at $40. Let's change this to 50 and 45. Good, get you on some better research. And wind turbine, I better have a mechanic go there right away. Okay, anyway, what I was saying is I am going to buy another flamingo, or another peafowl. I'm going to get another one from the trade center because I'm pretty sure they're super cheap anyway. And we're going to have one that will breed with Megana and maybe one that'll breed with Ryan, but I'm going to do one at a time just to make sure because I know it can be a little bit tricky and they will try to interbreed as well. Alright, let's get this guy. Let's move him in here. And we will also move in Megana from our trade center. See how that goes. If we get too much inbreeding, we might have to deal with some contraceptives, but hopefully the 2 of them will click and that would be our ideal. So next, let's take a look at our big cats. I know it's getting a little dark, but we can just kind of take a look at who's in our habitat and when, you know, if we're gonna have to, when we might have to get some new big cats in as well, because I think a couple of these guys have aged out quite a bit. So this is our Siberian tiger habitat. Let's take a look. So we have, okay, so we have Sergey and Dasha, and they are both elderly now. So this is probably their last set of cubs. I don't think these guys breed after they're elderly. I mean, maybe they breed until death. I'm not totally sure. But yeah, we've got 4 more cubs. We have a whole bunch of them in the trade center. Dealing with our trade center animals is going to be a whole other thing. And next is our jaguar. So who do we have in here? Okay, a jaguar will be good for a while. They are still adults. They currently have no cubs, so we might get some more jaguar cubs soon. And last for our big cats is our Bengal tigers, which we have no Bengal tigers. Okay, here we go. This is something that we need to deal with ASAP. Okay, so we have one Bengal tiger in our storage, Ishan, and let's find him a perfect mate. He's got some really good stats. We've got quite a decent amount of conservation credits, so let's see if we can get somebody good. All right, I think let's go with Divya? It looks like its price isn't great, but I think we can spare that much at least. I do want to save up some for her aquatic animals, but I think we can spare that much. She's got a really good size gene, pretty decent longevity gene. I think that she will do just fine. So let's move her into her new habitat, as well as Ishan. And hopefully they get on all right. All right, so, oh boy, this is one dirty habitat. Where in the world are my keepers? Holy. Wow, okay, well that's embarrassing. It's like I'm not taking care of my animals at all, am I? Okay, so let's just take an overview at who we have in this habitat. I think we have 2 males, 2 females for breeding. Yeah, we have 2 breeding pairs and currently 2 baby elephants. So that is all good. Our exhibit animals are just kind of there for a bit of cash flow, really. I mean, they're great. They're super cool, but I'm not too worried. They don't really require too much maintenance. But our bears, where's the entrance? Over here. So our black bears are Formosan. Who do we have? Okay, our breeding pair is still going strong, and we've got 2 cubs, so that is great. We've got quite a few of them in the trade center as well. And for our grizzlies, keeper comes in here. Forgetting how I laid out these habitats. Grizzlies. Oh, infertile. Okay, she's elderly now, so we're gonna have to. I'm gonna just kind of leave it all let these cubs grow up, and I'll let them age out. But yeah, it looks like we're gonna need a new breeding pair of grizzlies. And as far as our wolves are concerned, God, where did I have the entrance to this habitat? Same place, right? Yes, okay. Our timber wolves, come on, let's find the entrance, there we go. Our timber wolves, God, we've got a ton of them. I mean, these guys, they're pack animals, so I don't think they have any problem with having a lot of other animals in their habitat. They kind of pick their own alpha. The alpha's the only one who I think really makes a mate. I'm not sure, actually. This is neat, I think, the bonding status. That's pretty cool. It's currently bonded to Charlotte. Oh, I love that. That's so cute. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, they are doing well, but we have a lot of crises to fix. So oh, they're just exhibit animal crises. Okay. They keep breeding and getting overcrowded. So I will fix that. And then I think to wrap up this video, I know it wasn't super exciting, but to wrap it up, I actually want to go over with you guys really quickly what our plans are for the next section of the zoo. All right, so to start off, I'm actually going to show you a quick clipping here of my original kind of map design for this zoo. So I have had this since the very beginning. I'm pretty sure I didn't show it in the very first episode. I think it was something that I kind of wanted to keep a little bit secret in case I decided to go off the rails. But up to where we are right now, which is what the image is going to show, we have kept pretty close to what I was thinking, actually. And what I want to do for the next step is where it has the hippo habitats right now. The idea behind those ones was to do an underwater cave viewing area sort of thing. So I picked the hippos because they were the only ones who were really swimming deep underwater. I don't even know if I know they weren't diving, but I know you could kind of view hippos underwater before and it looked pretty cool. But I think with this new aquatic pack, it's going to look so much cooler to have some of the new animals in those habitats instead. So I'm thinking seals and sea lions, just to kind of keep with the I don't think they're strictly temperate, but just to kind of stick a little bit with the temperate theme. that we have going on in this zoo. And yeah, same sort of thing. But I was also thinking, instead of my original idea of doing a cave walkthrough, was that I would do a building, so to kind of keep with the modern building theme. And I think my buildings are getting a little bit better and better as we go. So maybe we can make this one even nicer too. But I wanted to build a building essentially underwater, like kind of probably on stilts, because I know I need to make this pond a lot deeper for those animals, but also half underwater. So the basement is essentially going to be the viewing underwater, and then from the kind of right over water level, you'll be able to walk out and maybe see a little bit of the land part of the habitat. It might make more sense once we actually build it. But I'm not going to build it all today, but I did want to just kind of show you the general idea that I'm thinking of here. So I got rid of the water. I know I'm going to have to get rid of some animals and stuff to put the water back in, so hopefully it does not totally wreck everything for me, but if it does, I will deal with that later. So I just want to make this a little bit deeper and smooth it out a little bit. This also still might not be deep enough, but I think I'm gonna have to make this a little bit bigger anyway and figure out exactly where we want to put the building later. But I just wanted to show you the concept for now. So when we go into construction and pick out some wall pieces, let's just do, it doesn't really matter, we can do these let's do something that looks kind of nice at least. Let's do the modern walls. So I'm gonna make just a quick little rectangular building. I think the shape of this building is gonna be fairly long and fairly rectangular, matches with our kind of modern theme. So we'll just map this out quick. And the idea here is we're gonna have 2 stories. So this is kind of, I don't know if that's quite land level. It's not quite. So I'm gonna raise this whole thing up a bit just so that we can get, let's raise it up 4. And then, yeah, I think that might just work out. So essentially, water line. Yeah, I think we can move this building down a little bit without, yeah, we'll essentially move it down so that the water line comes just to that, just below that second little area there. But yeah, I think this is gonna be super cool. So what we are gonna need to do to keep the water from getting into the basement is make a barrier. I couldn't figure out a different way to do this. If you know a different way to do this where I don't have to use a barrier, let me know, because I don't really, it kind of sucks that it has to be like all the way underneath like that, but overall I'm not too concerned. It does look kind of cool. So I'm just going to raise that all the way up to, oops, that's not what I meant to do at all. Just that second floor. I don't know, we'll figure that out a little bit later. And run it all the way along this building. Okay, so we're looking at something like that. It's not absolutely perfect. Obviously, this would be a little bit more in the walls, but this isn't going to be our final building, so I just wanted to do it for demonstration. So it's going to look a little something like that. We will put in the floor will be pathway. So something like, I think I can do it no problem if we did something like aligning it to the grid of the building. Yeah, we might run into a little bit of issues with paths right along the barrier. I'll have to figure that one out too. Yeah, the paths are too close to the barrier, but they're not on this side though. So I think it's just a little bit of adjustments here and there, but essentially, yeah, we would have a flooring in here and all of that. Good stuff. But let's fill this up with water. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need to move some animals around before I can do that. Yeah. Okay, there. The water's not all the way up. I'm going to need to figure out what's blocking it. I think it's these pathways, but we'll solve that afterwards. But this is essentially what it looks like. So in here it is nice and dry, but you can see right underwater. This water is looking a little murky. I think in the actual habitat it'll look a little bit better. But I think you can get the idea. That's what we're going to be doing for this part of the zoo. We're going to have seals on one side, sea lions on the other side. I'm thinking, obviously their habitats are going to be barriered in, but they're going to have some land area as well. So there's going to be kind of I'm not sure if it's going to be maybe this will be right at the edge of the lake here, so that this will be kind of all like a little bit more of an outcropping of land, and the habitats can have a little bit of land and then a whole bunch of water space as well. This will all be deep water. And I think this even needs to maybe be a little bit deeper than it currently is. And might even experiment a little bit with having 2 floors underwater. I don't know. It obviously gets a little bit tricky when you start to put multiple floors in buildings where you want full pathways as well, but we might be able to do that. It might not be too much of an issue. So yeah, that's what it's going to look like, and I'm super excited. I think I've got some really good inspiration for the look of this building as well, so I think it's going to look really cool. And that's going to come from this way, kind of maybe a little bridge or something, to this entrance, and then out this way. And then, yeah, the rest of the zoo, there's going to be more built up this way a little bit later on, but for now we might just bring this right back. Maybe right here we'll move this wind turbine and have the guests come in and out of here. Or actually, you know what, probably not, at the end here, we'll connect these two for now in the meantime. But yeah, that's all that I have for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I know a lot of you have kind of come and found the series while I was taking a break, so I hope you're enjoying it, and I'm gonna keep on making these. So I know I took a little bit of a break, but I am kind of getting back into the flow. I should be able to release these pretty much weekly, and I am really excited to go ahead with creating the rest of this zoo, and I think there's still quite a few episodes before we're gonna get done everything that I have planned, and I do not plan on quitting this one until I have completed it. That was the goal from the very beginning. So yeah, that's pretty much it from me. Leave me a comment down below if you have any suggestions. I think I asked a few questions in this video as well, so if you have any ideas for me to help out with the welfare and the stress levels for my animals, I think the tortoises are doing a little bit better now, and the antelope are still getting stressed every once in a while. So if you have any tips for me for that, please leave them in the comment section below, and I will talk to you in the next episode.